Hey, what's up YouTube? Houston here. For those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button. Today I wanted to talk to you all about this Bank Fraud Enforcement Act that has a 10-year statute of limitation on it. And what that act is, it's about the PPP as well as the EIDL loans. So people that have gotten these loans. Now, here's the thing about it. A lot of the bigger corporations, more likely, granted they may have gotten the majority of the money, they won't be penalized the way a lot of small business owners and individuals will be penalized, okay? So you have to keep that in mind. But here's the thing about it. A lot of people, and I was trying to tell people, hey, stay away from stay away from those CPN numbers. I've been trying to tell people, stay away from those CPN numbers. So they came up with the idea, oh, I'll use a CPN and then I would file taxes on an age corporation. Okay? So when you do that, you done created 2 acts of fraud that way. Alright? Now, here's the first thing. Let's talk about this EIDL, because this is the one that a lot of people would do. They would go, and if they had a company in the past, they would go to the Secretary of State, they would pay the back taxes to bring the corporation up to date, and then file the new taxes on it, right? And they would say that they had 10 employees, when in actuality they didn't have any employees, just them, okay? They was the only employee. And the reason that I know this, because I always talk to the people with the Secretary of State. And when one of the ladies, she said, you know what's strange about it? She said a lot of people that haven't had businesses in a long time, that haven't did any type of business transaction, she said those people, they had went and re-aged their corporations. Then they got mad because they had to pay all these back penalties and stuff for not bringing their corporation up to date. And she said these people, they're filing these for this EIDL loan and PPP loan. Well, here's the situation. People, again, the companies were not making any revenue. The companies were not making any revenue. They did not have any employees. They don't have any bank statements to prove that they was making any revenue, right? So their tax preparer was the ones that was encouraging them to do this. Now, this is where the tax preparer comes in, all right, for fraudulent charges, because they was encouraging them to do this. Go get your old corporation or whatever, your old LLC, your old DBA, and pay the back taxes, and then we can file for the EIDL. So with the EIDL, you can have from 1 up to 10, right? So most of those people, they were filing saying that they had 10 employees, okay? Now, some of these people actually just went ahead and started new companies right away, set up new companies, filed paperwork saying that they had 10 employees. Saying they had 10 employees. They never had any employees, okay? But they did, that's what they stated, okay? So then, after they got the EIDL, then they got the PPP, okay? Again, saying that they had revenue in the business. Now, some of them decided, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to use a CPN, and then I'm going to use the CPN, and I'm going to re-age my company, and I'm going to file taxes. Now they done created multiple counts of fraud. Okay, because they used a CPN, a Social Security number that's not even there. This is what's starting to happen now. Like I said, with Biden signing this Bank Fraud Enforcement Act, it has a 10-year statute of limitation. So yeah, it may not hit you this year, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years. Now you understand why they wanted, what was it, 98,000 IRS agents? They're not coming for the big corporation. They're not coming for rich people. They're coming for small people, small individual people. They're coming for these people because they're like, oh, they're the tax cheats and stuff. He's not helping you guys. I'm telling you, you all are, this situation, I always continue to tell you guys to do things by the book. Alright, I get a lot of flack from that, okay? Because I tell you all to do things the right way. Alright? But some of you all, because the right way just takes too long for some, as the way some of you all see it. But at the same time, now for you guys that have had the PPP, the EIDL, and you didn't have a corporation at first, and you didn't have bank statements to prove that you were generating revenue. You didn't have bank statements to prove. Or some of you all got real creative and had fake bank statements created, right? So you have fake bank statements created. That's another penalty against you. That's another penalty against you. Okay? And I'm not saying this to hurt anybody. I'm not saying this to scare anybody. It's just the reality. I keep telling you guys, even if you don't make any income in your business, still file your taxes. Still file your taxes. Because that way, at least they know you're still in compliance. But a lot of you all, unfortunately, because you're looking at free money and we're not gonna, nothing's gonna happen to us. Well, something is gonna happen, unfortunately, and it's not good, because now you have to figure out, how am I going to pay back all this money that I've got fraud? Now you have to figure that out. All right. Now here's another thing I want you all to understand. If you have any type of government loan, student loan, FHA loans, any type of other government loan, because you committed bank fraud with this here thing, they can come after your house. I know that they passed that Student Loan Act from $10,000 for individual and couples, and those that receive Pell Grants get up to $20,000. But again, if this PPP loan comes back and it's attached to you, okay, if you have a mortgage loan, then they can call the loan on your mortgage. All right, I'm telling you, you may have to lawyer up. This is something serious. I'm not trying to scare you, but this is something serious, and a lot of people are not wanting to accept it. People bragging about, I got 15,000 and stuff from that. What's the name of that one company? It's called what is it, Biz to Credit or something like that. It's one company. I can't remember the name of it, but again, they was processing a lot of these documents. Okay, so even though they was processing it, you were the one feeding the documents. As a matter of fact, even like with your tax preparer, because although he prepared the taxes, you signed off on it. You agree with those numbers, and because you agree with those numbers, you have to accept the liability of it. Okay, that's the reason I tell you guys, it's not as proficient to get a chef corporation. Okay, it may not be not proficient, but may not be as beneficial to get a chef corporation. A lot of people tell you, get a chef corporation because it's an age corporation, you can get funding. Well, the reality of it is, if that corporation hasn't filed back taxes and don't have active bank statements from 3 to 6 months, you still won't be able to get funding. All right. So this is Houston. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Again, I don't mean to scare anybody, but I'm just saying that this is very serious. And for you guys that did get the PPP and the EIDL, if you did not go by to follow the rules or whatever, you may be looking for some challenges down the road. Like I said, this has a 10-year statute of limitations. 10 years. So where it may not hit you 1 year or 3 years, it may pop up somewhere down the line. So don't think that all is good. Okay. So this is Houston with Three-Way Funding. If you have any questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, click the link in the description. Thank you.